Gaano kahirap na maging mother at fighter pilot?
Sa gabi, magigising siya ilang beses kasi nagugutom or basa yung diaper. May lipad ka kinabukasan, then you don't have enough sleep.
Kami kasing sundalo, kaming mga nasa uniforme, mas gusto namin na walang gera kaysa may gera.
Anong pumapasok sa isip mo ng mga minuto na yun?
Kasabog ba nito, sorry na lang, sabi ko, kung mag-isa ako, di mag-isa na lang mamatay.
And then, may malakas na putok na umabog. Di ko alam, ako na pala yung tinamaan nun.
Ibig sabihin po sa akin ng pagiging isang sundalo ay serbisyo po talaga at pagmamahal sa bayan. Not all Filipinos are given the chance to die for his country.
Bilang father, worried na worried ako. Palagi ko yung first time ko nagdasal ng nakaluhod, I was praying for my son, for the safety of my son.
Did you ever expect yourself to be a colonel sitting down and speaking for the whole AFP?
To this day, I keep asking myself, why me?
I believe being a teacher is a noble profession. Feeling ko may mas more than pa na kakayanan ako. That's why nag-try ako sana mag-apply ng OCC.
One of the most memorable moments that I had in Marawi was when a pipe bomb landed right beside me. Luckily, it didn't go off. It wasn't my time.
This is actually one of the trips that I wanted to do before I retired from the service.
West Philippine Sea!
Pag Asa Island belongs to us, that is our territory.
Patriots and the ceremonial partnership signing between the AFP and Signal. Tonight's event will celebrate our uniformed personnel in a profound way with our latest docu-anthology series called Patriots, where stories of our heroes are front and center in each episode. Of course, who better to host this show but our very own Philippine Army Reserve and member of the Scout Rangers, Second Lieutenant Matteo, Filipino.
This advocacy started approximately 7 years ago when I joined the Philippine Army. And I went through the Scout Ranger orientation course. After that day, I said to myself, I promise and I vow to tell the story of every single soldier. And I told myself, and I told my soldier friends, sabi ko po, wearing this uniform, I know I will never be like one of you, but my vow and promise is to represent and tell your story. So here we are today with the opportunity, of course, of Signal and One News. You're giving me this opportunity to actually tell their story. So maraming salamat po. This was conceptualized last year, back in 2025 with TV5, Ma'am Shena, and all. They came up to me and said, Matteo, would you like to do a docu-series and telling the story of a soldier, men and women in uniform? And I said yes right away to that. So it's an honor and privilege to actually carry these stories and tell these stories to our kababayans. And I need to say thank you to the whole Signal One News team because they're the ones that's driving this vehicle. To actually do it, to live with them, not just the Ranger course, the Airborne course and other courses, live breathing and doing what they're actually doing. Literally blood, sweat, and tears. So you get the big appreciation of them, and somehow you try to get their respect back, kumbaga, to be with them. So yun, a very humbling experience. The one that affected me the most is General Alberto's story. General Alberto 7 years ago was the commanding general of the Filipino Army, CGPA. He was the reason why I joined the Army, kumbaga. He allowed me. After I did the Ranger course, sabi niya sa akin, Matteo, na-inspire yung anak ko. Sabi niya, kaya mo, kaya ko rin. So ginawa niya yung OCS. OCS is a 1-year course that after you graduate, magiging officer ka na sa AFP, sa Army. So ginawa niya yan. General Alberto gave me a call. Sabi, Matt, can you come and pin my son, Marky Alberto? So I came, I pinned him. I remember that moment super clear. So I did that and sabi niya, Matt, ginawa mo yung Ranger, kaya din niya. So he did the Ranger course. He graduated. Months after that, I received another call. It was his funeral na. He sacrificed his life for his country. I was there for his funeral and I saw the pain in Sir's eyes and in the mother's eyes and the siblings' eyes. Like it was painful. It was painful. And going back to that in Libingan ng Bayani, we went there and we featured his story. Just giving that salute to Captain Marky was extremely painful and really emotional. You could feel the rawness of emotions from the parents. Daming mga kwento from soldiers that are war heroes, talagang they live, breathe war, community building, doctors, fighter pilots, etc. All of this, we deep dive into their stories. At the end of the day, all these soldiers are ready to fight. But at the end of the day, they don't like pulling the trigger. They'd rather build communities, strengthen our relationships with our kababayans. And I think hopefully that's the goal one day, na a trigger won't be pulled. Instead, more books, more pencils, more notebooks, more schools, more roads will be built. This is much needed for our country and much needed support from our kababayans and from our government. My stories are the reason why I'm here. And now it's my turn to tell their stories. Their stories are what matters. Their stories are the stories that need to be heard because their stories are not told, not seen, or forever may just disappear. So we need to tell them and make them live forever.
Gathering in this historic place, the AFP Museum of Camp Aguinaldo, we are surrounded by the artifacts of our nation's courage. This reminds us of the profound significance of why we are here today. It tells the story of our brave soldiers in the armed forces. We are not just launching a new television program. We are forging a groundbreaking alliance. We are all about telling stories that celebrate the Filipino spirit. And you have a lot of stories to share. As media professionals, we understand that our voices carry immense responsibility. At Signal, our mission extends beyond delivering world-class news, sports, and entertainment. That is exactly what Patriot with Matteo represents. Through powerful, real-life stories, this show shines a bright light on the extraordinary heroism of our soldiers. These are the stories that every Filipino needs to hear. But our commitment to the men and women in uniform does not end on the screen. Today, we signed a historic agreement designating Signal as an auxiliary company to the Armed Forces of the Philippines. This designation is a profound honor and a sacred trust. It solidifies our role as a frontline media entity, ready and fully committed with the AFP to deliver critical coverage whenever needed. We are proud to step up and serve.
My vision for this museum is for us to be able to tell the story of the Filipino soldier. We have a very rich military history. We have a very rich military heritage. We Filipinos sometimes have a tendency to forget easily. That is why we came up with this, and my vision was for this museum to touch the lives of those who come inside. And I was very happy when Mr. Vargas told us that when he went around, he became emotional. No? Yun po talaga yung gusto namin.
Well, I share the same vision as the creators of this program. No? For example, si Matteo, when he came to me and he told me about this project, kaagad-agad akong nag-oo. No? And I committed to fully supporting this program, this project. Dahil nga pareho kami ng vision. Ang vision namin ay maiparating sa ating mga kababayan yung kagitingan ng ating mga sundalo. Because I believe that we have a very rich military history, very rich military heritage. At dapat ay malaman ng mga Pilipino to, lalong-lalo na yung mga kabataan. No? And I want them to feel proud of their forefathers, yung mga ninuno nila, yung mga great-great-grandfathers natin, great-great-grandmothers, grandfather. Alam niyo po, marami sa atin hindi natin alam yung nangyari na mga gera nung laban natin sa mga Kastila. Nakalaban din natin ang mga Amerikano. Later on, during the World War II, nakalaban natin yung mga Hapon. No? Ngayon ay mga kaalyado na natin silang lahat. But it's important that we know the history of our country. No? Sabi nga nila, para kapag move forward ka, ay kailangan alam mo yung nakaraan. Tama rin yung sinabi ni Matteo na hindi dapat ito nakatago. Hindi lamang ito nakasulat sa mga libro, hindi lamang nakatago sa mga museum na ganito, dapat ay pinapakalat natin sa ating mga kababayan through TV programs such as Patriots at sa iba't iba pang mga venues na pwede natin ilabas yung mga storya na to. For instance, sa social media, instead na i-share natin yung mga hindi ka nais-nais na mga post, ay yun na lang mga post na nagpapakita ng pagmamahal sa ating bansa. Karakteristik ng Filipino soldier, ang mga Pilipino na mga sundalo po ay matatapang, disiplinado, and professional. At with this project, itong The Patriots, ay sana po ay yung mga kabataan, ma-inspire sila na mahalin ang ating bansa sa tamang pamamaraan. Ang ibig ko sabihin dito ay hindi na sila ma-recruit pa ng mga iba't ibang mga grupo dyan, katulad ng New People's Army. No? Dahil maraming pamamaraan ng pagpapakita ng pagmamahal sa bayan, pero fighting against your government is not the way to go. Pag-aaral na mabuti, paglilinis ng ating mga kapaligiran, at marami pa. No? At pagtanda nila, pagbayad ng tamang buwis, pagboto ng maayos at hindi ibibenta yung kanilang mga boto, etc. Napakaraming bagay na pwede natin gawin para sa ating bansa.
So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for coming to this simple but very meaningful event. And I hope that we will have many, many more of this to come. Maraming salamat po. Ginagawa natin po ito para sa ating bayan. Thank you.
This is me. We were shooting 50 caliber bullets. The slugs were like this big. The reason why we used the 50 caliber so that we would lessen our casualties, because the 50 caliber, once it hits anywhere, the shock would detonate all of the improvised explosive devices. So before we'd clear the building, we'd pepper them because there's no element of surprise anymore. So we used that shock effect. After the 50 cal, that's when we...
Good evening, I am Major Bala Tamayo. I'm the Chief Army Recruitment Office Luzon under the Personnel Management Center, Philippine Army. Silent professionals kasi ang tawag sa mga special forces. And bihira lang kami talaga may opportunity na magkapagsalita, makapagkwento. And syempre na-grab ko rin yung opportunity kasi for yung mga kaibigan kong namatay, yung mga barkada ko na nagsakripisyo, who gave the ultimate sacrifice, I also wanted to represent them. So I wanted to give justice for their sacrifice, pati yung mga na-wounded. May mga tropa ko na na-wounded who sacrificed their life and limb for the service of our country. Kaya I truly feel honored, ma'am, to have this opportunity to tell our stories. Maraming mahirap kasi it's a life of perpetual constraint, but the top kung kumbaga may list ako, sa top list is of course the burden and of carrying the weight of a dead soldier kasi ako mismo nagbuhat ng mga coffin ng mga kaibigan ko and yun yung pinakamabigat para sa akin. Second also is a sacrifice time kasi pag nasa serbisyo ka lagi kang wala sa kasama ng mga mahal mo sa buhay. Kaya nga they call it a service eh. Duty first before family. Duty first before everything else. Pero kaya malaking parangal ito para sa akin kasi nakakapagserbisyo ako sa bayan at sa ating Panginoon.
Ako po si Major Jerome Hacuba ng Philippine Army. It's an honor to share my story to our Filipinos, to my Filipinos na malaman nila kung ano yung buhay kasundalo, kung ano kahirap yung isang buhay sundalo at kung ano yung totoong pagmamahal sa bayan. Nung nasabugan ako ay actually hindi ko din talaga akalain na mangyayari sa akin yon. But nung pagsabog sa akin, nung nawala yung dalawa kong paningin, sabi ko nga na hindi nawala ang aking paningin. Ibinigay ko lang po ito sa ating bansa. Napakalaking bagay po siya, ma'am, in the sense na in that way, siyempre I can't go to combat operation anymore. So in this way na makapagbigay ako ng inspirasyon especially sa aking kapwa sundalo na lalo na may mga kapansanan at na sa may mga tao din, mga persons with disabilities po natin. At kahit na sa walang disability, maraming nawawalan ng pag-asa, maraming nalolomoral, maraming kinikitil yung buhay dahil sa lungkot, dahil sa nawawalan sila ng pag-asa. So through the platform, sa platform ko ay nababahagi ko doon yung positive mindset at na-inspire ko sila. So napakalaking bagay po yun, ma'am, sa ating mga kasunduluhan. Nung nakita niya daw yung video ko, sabi niya bakit ako magpapamatay, si sir nga at dalawa yung walang mata, totally blind siya pero nag-obstacle course racing pa siya. Sabi ko sa kanila, ma'am, na huwag niyong isipin yung mga nawala sa inyo. Isipin niyo kung ano pa yung mga natira sa inyo. Yun yung i-maximize ninyo upang ipagpatuloy ang buhay ninyo. Yun yung gawin yung inspirasyon para ipagpatuloy inyong buhay, ipagpatuloy inyong pangarap, pagserbisyo sa ating bayan at paglilingkod sa ating Panginoon. Kagaya po, wala nga akong paningin pero may pandinig pa naman ako, may pandama, nakakapagsalita, nakapaglakad, nakakagalaw. So minamaximize ko kung ano pa yung mga natitira sa akin. Kaya sabi ko nga sa kanila, my ability is stronger than my disability.
What does it mean to be a patriot?
Oof. What does it mean to be a patriot? To do everything with your heart, to have integrity, to live every day believing and hoping for the better of our country.
To be a patriot means that you love your country. You don't have to be a soldier in order for you to be a patriot.
Patriot is someone who gives service above self. He does not think of himself. He does things for the greater good. He does things in the best interest of his country.
For me, patriot is not only word. Hindi sapat yung sasabihin mo lang na mahal ko ang bayan. Dapat ipakita natin na mahal natin ang bayan. Dapat may aksyon. Katulad ni Matteo, sinasabi niya na patriot siya, hindi lang sa salita, kundi sa gawa. Pinatunayan niya, ginawa niya as a reservist siya. He's not the one who go to the field to fight against the enemy. But through his platform, so yun yung ginamit niya. Kasi yun yung field niya eh. Yun yung field niya na makakapag-contribute siya sa ating bayan to show to the Filipino people what is the gallantry and service to the country ng ating mga kasundaluhan.
It's like a love story. Parang pag-ibig lang to. May heartaches, may times na gusto tayo mag-give up, na mag-quit. Pero you must remember, at the end of the day, we're all Filipino. And if we give up, if we just go abroad and say, pack up, let's just go there, we're giving up on our country.
You don't need to wear this uniform to be a patriot. Every Filipino should be a patriot to defend our country and serve our country and serve our Lord.
Sa simpleng pagdampot ng basura, sa simpleng pagsunod sa batas, trapiko, or whatever na mga batas dito sa ating bansa. That is the show na mahal natin ng bayan. Yun po, ma'am, dapat may gawa po ang pagiging patriot. Not only words.
As long as you love your country and you do things that would promote the well-being of your fellow Filipinos, then you are a patriot.
We must believe there's tomorrow for the next generation. We must work hard for it, not necessarily on media, not necessarily in TV. Anybody can do it in their own communities, as an employee, as a business owner, as a restaurateur, as a cameraman, as a writer. I think everybody has their part in telling the story of a Filipino and the Filipino. So let's continue doing what we're doing for the Filipino, and always keep in mind that this is for the next generation, or else we'll forever be a third world country. Other countries has done it. Why can't we? We have the best people in the world. So let's do it together. It's just gonna take time. So I'd like to end with saying to every single soldier here this evening and outside in the battlefield, far from their homes, fighting every single day for the sovereignty and peace of our country, daghan salamat. This project is for you and will forever be for you. Maraming salamat, ladies and gentlemen. This is Patriots.